This is pretty disgusting. Mackenzie Shirilla bragged about drug use on TikTok before killing boyfriend in 100-mile-per-hour crash. Like, what?
I'm not even cool. I'm just one of those girls that can do
They can do a lot of
a
drugs
lot of drugs.
and not die. Okay. The Ohio teenager who was convicted of murdering her boyfriend after plowing her car into a building at 100 miles per hour while high on marijuana posted a TikTok video before her arrest bragging about her drug tolerance, according to a report. Mackenzie Shirilla, 19, was found guilty of 4 counts of murder this week in the July 2022 crash that killed her boyfriend, Dominic Russo, 20, and his friend Davian Flanagan, 19. The teen's chilling TikTok video resurfaced after her conviction, in which she boasts about her feelings of immortality. I'm not even cool, I'm just one of those girls that can do a lot of drugs and not die, the audio in the clip says, while Shirilla bats her enormous fake eyebrows. It's unclear if Shirilla filmed the video before or after the crash. According to the outlet, her TikTok account has been switched to private, and the trio was smoking pot before Shirilla, then 17, rammed her car into the brick wall of a warehouse in the Cleveland suburb of Strongsville with no attempt to hit the brakes. Russo, who was in the passenger seat, and Flanagan, who was riding the back, were both declared dead at the scene. Shirley miraculously survived and was found unconscious with her Prada slippers still on the accelerator. Hallucinogenic mushrooms and a scale were found near Shirilla's body at the scene as well, detectives testified. Assistant Cuyahoga County Prosecutor Tim Troop told the court that the teen wanted to murder Russo after their months-long fling fizzled out. Davian, who was just looking for a ride home, was just innocent cargo, Troop said. Security video captured Shirilla acting with purpose and intent by revving her Toyota Camry to triple digits before it smashed into the building around 6:15 a.m., the judge said after the verdict in the juryless trial. She had a mission and she executed it with precision. The decision was death, added Judge Nancy Margaret Russo told the court Monday, who is not related to Dominic. Shirley's mother, Nathalie Shirley, testified last week that her daughter had been diagnosed with postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, POTS, a disorder that causes her to pass out if her sodium hydration levels are too low. That could be to blame for the crash. But the thing is, you're going to what? Try to blame POTS, but like, hey, guess what? She's behind the wheel, intoxicated, on mushrooms and weed. Really? And you're going to try to blame this, like, sort of disorder on that? The primary symptom of POTS is lightheadedness or fainting, according to the National Institute of Neurological Disorders and Stroke. The teen's mother says she hopes her daughter's attorney, James McDonough, files an appeal. Her conviction on for 4 counts of murder, 4 counts of felonious assault, and 2 counts of aggravated vehicular homicide carries an automatic sentence of life in prison with no opportunity for parole for 15 years, and her sentencing has been scheduled for Monday. Now, the way that I kind of view this is basically like, really, it's like a situation where if there was proof that she literally like was planning to do this because of like the relationship basically fizzling out, then yeah, this is like a good conviction to like punish her, because like you can't just end someone's life because you're so mad at them and sad that you're not going to be together anymore. Like, that's not okay to do. And you got someone who's completely unrelated to you guys, basically like an innocent bystander who was just like a buddy, also killed in this situation. Like, it ain't cool. This isn't good. And the sad thing is, you basically ruined 3 lives. You ruined the boyfriend, the friend, and yourself. You've ended 3 lives, not just two, three, because your life is completely done now. Completely done. and now you're just going to be a burden on the tax system. Let's see some of these comments. So this young lady who looks like she is too mature in her dresses, makeup, hair, and creaky out on voice was in a highly volatile relationship at 17. Where was the mom or dad? Were they really that charmed by her? This is such a weird case. Was she trying to kill herself along with her boyfriend and his friend? It's a miracle she survived with her foot on the gas and not the brake, no less. So strange. There are many like her on the roads, immature and out of control and stoned. Oh man, like bad drivers probably piss me off more than anything because I have seen while driving on the highway someone literally just staring down on their phone for 2 minutes straight, not looking up once while they were driving. And I'm like glancing, I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, this person is literally not looking at the road. What the hell is going on? They're like, I don't think people even understand. It's like, hey, guess what? Like a car is like technically a weapon. It's like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 plus pounds of sheer metal. Like, this ain't like a cotton ball. Like, you could literally end and do so much damage to yourself, to other people, to property. So you could basically be financially destroyed if you cause too bad of an accident. Like, it's just crazy. Let's see. If you know this girl and her parents, you aren't surprised. Probably. Note to self, don't get into a car with a driver who says, I'm just one of those girls who can do a lot of drugs and die. How about never get into a car when someone's doing drugs in it? How about, I don't know, maybe don't trust the driver of a car if you know they do a bunch of drugs? Like, Jesus Christ. The girl's mother hopes that her attorney will file an appeal. Says like her mother has kind of checked out of the situation. Like the thing is, it's like technically speaking, you can't put blame on the parents for this situation, but well, actually, no. I think you probably could because technically, at the time of accident, she was a minor. She was 17. So this could technically be on. Like you could probably also make like a civil case at the very least onto the mom as well. So like the family of the two guys that she killed could probably sue her parents because she was a minor at the time, meaning that they are responsible for her actions. Which I don't think a lot of people even understand that, but if you're a parent and you have a kid under the age of 18, you are legally responsible for whatever that kid does. Now, obviously, there are some like limitations, but like in terms of like civil, like where you could get sued, you're going to be held responsible criminally, maybe not, but a civil suit for sure you could get sued if they did something bad. Her parents must be so proud. Her parents are probably just as horrible as she is. Ask and you shall you receive. Disgusting. She gets out in 15 years for a double homicide. Well, it's just I think to like potentially like appeal for like parole, probation, whatever. Which who knows if she'll actually get. What a loser. Let's see. Tragedy after tragedy. How can you murder someone while you're behind the wheel? Cause of death? Her parents failed big time with this girl. Agreed. Yeah. I definitely find it interesting that like the driver didn't pass away from this whole fiasco, but the thing is, it's kind of like a weirder situation, right? Because if you were the driver in this situation, and let's say that you didn't do it on purpose, like let's say that this was an actual accident, would you prefer to have passed away instead of potentially serving the rest of your life in a jail cell or a prison cell? I should be more specific. I don't know. I mean, it probably would have been better to just go along with it, you know? I mean, your whole life in prison, not good.